Earlier this year, Alpine confirmed that Jack Doohan will replace Esteban Ocon in the team for the 2025 season. As it stands, he is still scheduled to drive for Alpine alongside Pierre Gasly next year. However, there is a threat coming from Franco Colapinto, who has been making a name for himself in Formula 1. Ever since Colapinto scored his first points in Baku, his name has been floating around the paddock. Almost every single team are interested in what Colapinto has to offer. Most recently, Alpine came back into driver market talks when rumours of their interest in Colapinto surfaced. This was surprising as Alpine seemed to be happy with their 2025 driver lineup with Doohan joining the squad. But as it turns out, the French team is having some hesitation after watching Colapinto drive in the Williams. Initially, Franco had a good chance at signing with Sauber for 2025. However, that window has now been closed as the team just announced that Gabriele Bortoleto is their driver for next year. But Colapinto's management, including Maria Caterinu, says there are other options. Everyone knows there are many teams that want to see Franco in Formula 1 next year, she told the Argentinian source Campeones. When asked how likely a race seat in 2025 is, Caterinu claimed, on a scale of 1 to 10, 20. It is extremely clear that Franco Colapinto is a fan favourite driver. His down-to-earth personality just makes him all the more lovable. Given that Colapinto is a rare talent coming from Argentina, he brings a lot of fans from his country and, along with them, sponsors. Formula 1 is a money-dependent sport. Teams are still always looking for sponsors to help develop their cars. Alpine needs this more than ever. Until the Brazilian Grand Prix, the 2024 season was one of the worst ever seasons for the Alpine F1 team. Their performance was at an all-time low and they were losing popularity among fans. To add to their problems, Renault has decided to pull out of the F1 power unit game to focus on other ventures. So Alpine has had to look for another power unit supplier from the 2026 season. The team could use a boost in popularity to get things going again. This is where Colapinto can make himself useful. By signing Franco, Alpine will get some backing from Argentina. This is something that Alpine's executive advisor, Flavio Briatore, has already thought about. Former F1 CEO and close friend of Briatore recently stated that he has had a conversation with the Alpine advisor about wanting to have the Argentinian driver in the Alpine in 2025. This leads us to the question, what about Jack Doohan? Although Doohan signed a contract with Alpine for 2025, it is no secret that performance is the only thing that matters in F1. Even if you have a 5-year contract with the team, you could be out the next day if your performances are not up to the mark. Sources have stated that if Doohan does not impress the team with his performances in the first 5 races, he could be shown the door. Now let's take a look at who Jack Doohan is and how good he is compared to Colapinto. Last year, Doohan was a championship contender in Formula 2. He finished 3rd in the driver standings and has been a part of the Alpine Driver Academy since 2022. While he has had some impressive showings in F2, he has not had that much experience racing in Formula 1. He has only done a few test sessions and FP1 sessions in the sport. This is not enough to get a full picture of how he will perform against 19 of the best drivers in the world. There is no doubt that Doohan has a lot of potential. But how long will it take to unlock this potential? Alpine are clearly not eager to wait for too long. They want someone who can show results as soon as possible. So if Doohan does not do well in the first 5 races, could they replace him with Colapinto? It seems that way. But Alpine is not the only team looking to sign Franco Colapinto. In the past few days, Red Bull has shown a lot of interest in signing Colapinto for the 2025 season. But for Red Bull Racing, or VCARB, we'll let you take a call on that one. We know that the team is not happy with how Sergio Perez is performing at the moment. It's safe to say that Perez's performances this year have cost Red Bull the Constructors' Championship. From what it seems, there are 3 drivers in contention for the Red Bull seat. The 2 VCARB drivers, Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda, and an outside contender with Colapinto. Christian Horner has been keeping an eye on the Argentinian driver and he clearly seems to like what he sees. During the weekend of the Brazil Grand Prix, Horner was seen leaving the Williams motorhome. It is speculated that he was inquiring about Colapinto's availability for the 2025 season. Even if Red Bull decides to have Lawson replace Perez next year, we could see VCARB sign Colapinto instead of their other academy drivers. No matter what happens, the final weeks of Formula 1 are going to be very exciting. not just because of the races, but also because of the uncertainty of what Colapinto will do in the 2025 season. Do you think Franco Colapinto will be driving in Formula 1 next year? If so, which team would he be driving in? Post your thoughts in the comment section below.